Sanibonani, molweni abusheni igama lami ngumandla Phiri Kamshengu. Welcome on our beautiful show, One Life Breakfast Show. This is a show that we bring to you every Monday. It is a beautiful Monday ngempela. Abanye bahlale bethi it's a blue Monday. Hayi, for mina it's a beautiful one because sonke sibuya emasontweni sibuya ukuyothandaza. We hope and pray ukuthi yonke into ihambe kahle emasontweni wenu. Izolo namhlanje ke sesishowini sikulethela zona izinto ezimnandi as usual that we always bring to you every Monday umesithi 7 o'clock ekseni bese sikuthulela yona seyirekhodiwe sikulethela yona ku YouTube channel yethu Mabo Production. Kanti ke uma ngabe ufuna ukusijoina einkundleni zokuxhumana ungasilandela kuyo yonke indawo Mabo Production. Sihleli ngobumnyama ke namhlanje njengoba nibona uEscom uthathile ugesi wakhe kodwa sithe asiphela amandla sihlali singaqhubeki with our beautiful show. Kanti ke ngaphandle kuchitha isikhathi I'm not going alone. Ngihamba ne-man of God in front of me. Man of God, please introduce yourself, man.
Nyabonga. My name is Amidu Madi. Today, Monday, I just want to share with you something about marriage.
Yeah. Marriage, it's a very beautiful thing, but for tonight is years, even though izinto zenzeka ke ukuthi at some point isigcina singazwani emafamilini ngeindaba zayo imishado, but the man of God is here now just to unpack everything about marriage that he has. Niyazi ke nami ukuthi uma ngabe phethe umgodlane wakhe uyaye sinikeze wona siphume sijabulile ngaso sonke isikhathi. Take over, Puti.
As I said, today we are going to talk about marriage.
Yes.
Marriage, as we remember, marriage started in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
When God created this world. Well, we understand He created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first family.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to say now, if you remember when God created everything, from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, He created everything that we see.
Sure. Perfect.
And now He created even the animals. And those animals, as you can see, they were creating in pairs, female and male. And then God said, let's create a man in our own image.
Jeez.
You see, when God was created Adam, after God creating Adam, He said, no. We created all these animals, male and female, but Adam is alone.
Yeah.
So which means he's not going to be happy. Let's make a helper. Let's make a woman. And then it's when Eve was created.
Yeah.
When Eve was created, God gave authority to Adam to rule over each and every creature that was created. And then God blessed this family of Adam in the Garden of Eden. And as I said, God gave each and every work to Adam.
Yes. The responsibilities.
Responsibility was given to a man. Let me give you an example. Example of a driver.
Yeah.
Especially these truck drivers.
Sure.
They used to have an assistant. But if you look at that, the owner of that work is a driver, the one who is driving the car.
Yeah.
The assistant is just helping here and there.
Yeah.
If there is needed help. But each and every work he used to give is for the driver. So even in the marriage or in the family, the God gave work to Adam. That Adam, you are the one, I'm going to give you responsibility in this garden.
Yeah.
Which means Eve is just assistance, just a helper to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can continue.
And then I want to live in our daily life today. Today, instead of women to be assistants, they are no longer a helper.
Yeah.
They are the ones who are doing the work in our families. Most of the men, we are no longer doing our work.
Correct.
We are no longer responsible for our families. You're gonna see, instead of men to pay fees for the kids, you find that is the mama who are busy looking for the food, paying maybe for the rent, maybe looking after everything.
Basically, we are running away from our responsibility that we have been given.
Yes. Most of the men are like that.
Yeah.
We are no longer doing our work. We are no longer looking after our families. That is why today you find that there is a lot of problems in our families.
Yeah.
Because we men will run away from our responsibilities. Even cooking is for men.
Yeah.
Washing is for the men. Cleaning the yard is for the men. To buy food for the house is for the men.
Yeah.
It's our responsibility.
Sure.
If there is a need, then a woman can intervene to help us. Not that work of cooking, that work of buying food is for the women's. No. But we people, we men, we are running away from our responsibility.
Singamadoda siyizinhloko zekhaya, omama bayizintamo zekhaya, kanti ke ayikwazi ukunyakaza ikhanda kungenantamo, intamo iyona enyakaza ikhanda, nokukhombisa ukuthi sibambisene ngokusebenzisana endlini. Yiyo into ayishoyo umfowethu uMali namhlanje, uyasho ukuthi isitike kuloko uNkulunkulu asinikeza khona ukuthi masiyokwenza. We've been given a task to take care of our families. We've been given a task to take care of our kids, our wives, and everyone. Kodwa ke manje thina we seem to be shifting the task to abantu besifazane, nokubona sebe nakekela abantwana ubathole bepheka endlini benza lokhu. Kodwa thina we've been given a task. Mhlawumbe mfundisi ngamazwi akho okugcina, in your last words, what can you say in closing on this topic that you're talking about?
I just want to encourage we men, my fellow men, that let's run away from our responsibility.
Yeah.
God gave us responsibility to look after our families. To look after our families. Don't run away from our responsibility. That's my last ways to. Yeah.
We thank you very much for coming to the show, Mr. Mali, and we always appreciate having you at the studio. The viewers are viewing the show, they are commenting, having so much words that they have for, and please continue motivating them. Our comments are coming in every day. You are doing a great job. You're motivating them just the way they need to be motivated. Mlaleli ke uma ngabe uyafisa ukuba nathi noma uyafisa ukwazi ukuthi sikuphi nendawo, silapha inaleli extension 2 eDonald Ngidi Street. Ila uzosithola khona njalo mekuMsombuluko ngo7 o'clock. Siphusha yona ishow sise studio sethu lapho sikhona. Sithi ke uma ku production usinikeze nasi studio wathi sebenzana uma singabe sipreacher ishow. Siphethe uma ku production ke istudio sala ekhaya. Sithi siyacela ke ubaba uMali esehambile. We now welcoming ubaba uZebulon, uMr. Tsotetso, umnikazi wendaba zepolitiki. Kanti ke uzohlaziya ahlube udlube ekhasini futhi ngokuthi kwenzekalani kwezepolitiki kule insuku. Siyabona kuningi enfisa ukwazi, kuningi nikuphosayo kuma comments ukuthi lokhyana. Hayi kodwa ke the man of the hour is in the house now. Usezofika uyamazi with his famous words. Awezokushiwo yima azoshiwo. Mnumzane wami
Hayi mfethu siyabona namhlanje.
Yeah.
Ninjani kepha nini?
Hayi usathana unqotshiwe akanamandla futhi uyabona kulokhu simshaye ngebhakela zalandelana yabona ukuthi umuntu umshaye knockout
Amaphantshi nama-uppercut.
Ama-punch nama-uppercut.
Yes.
Kodwa-ke phela ama-punch nama-uppercut awaphele kamnandi singakangeni la kwezepolitiki. Sithi no, asihlaziye la. Ngaphambi kokuthi singene lapha endabeni ngizawucela uzi-introduce kubabukeli bakho nabalandeli bakho. Bahlezi benama-comments amnandi ngawe ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Man, sengiphindile iMuzeplon again. Famous for his line yakhe, buckle up, we are taking off. Silapha kwi-breakfast show emnandi kakhulu i-One Life.
Yeah.
La kumabo production.
Yeah. No, ayike ngihlezi ngazi ukuthi mengabe usuthe battle lapho singaqala ishow. Mawungakasho hayi nama ngibi nesiqiniseko ukuthi singaqala ishow la. Kodwa ke ake sibeke ithebeni sizwe ukuthi namhlanje kudingidwa lo udaba.
Mshemu, manje kunendaba ebalulekile engithema ngithi ngiyacabanga mangimamela emsakazweni kumabonakude.
Yeah.
Le ndaba it's bothering me. Beningithola ukuthi most of the people they can't differentiate between the state okuwumbuso and the government, which is uhulumeni. Now then I've taken it as my responsibility to try to unpack this, as you will always say, unpacking the unpacked. Then namhlanje ngicabanga ukuthi Mshemu ifuna singene kuleyo ndaba sithi uyi-unpacka le ndaba, because I think ukuthi abantu bazi that is what will inform how they are choosing, how they are deciding, how they are giving their vote ukuthi balinike ubani.
I was about to go there nje ngisho ukuthi phela labantu basazoyovota sesibheka ukhethweni ukuthi siyokhetha. Akufanele abantu bethi mebekhetha bekhethe bengenalo ulwazi oluphelele ukuthi kungani simbekayo.
Mshemu, that is what triggered ukuthi maybe ngize nale topic yokuthi let us try to differentiate between the state and the government. Maybe let me start with the state.
Okay.
The state umbuso ilolu hlaka okuyilona oluphethe, maybe that is divided. There are these three arms of the state, which is the government, that is always called the executive. There is the legislature, isishayamthetho.
Okay.
Then kube ne-judiciary iphathelene no-interpretwa komthetho ukuthi ngabe umthetho u-applywa accordingly na. Now Mshemu, let's see ukuthi ugovernment wenzani as the arm of the state. As the arm of the state, as the executive, then kunale cabinet umongameli oyi-head of the executive okuyikuthi usebenza nayo. Now those people is about executing umthetho. Abawenza umthetho, bayawu-execute, bayawu-apply. Now coming now to the legislature. The legislature, they are making laws. Then bese beyibekela i-executive ukuthi u-apply umthetho. However, there is the judiciary, the third arm of the state. All these arms are independent. Imele naleya imele ayikho engaphezu kwena. Now the judiciary will interpret ukuthi uma ngabe mhlawumbe uzothi uyi-executive and you apply law mthetho ukuthi whatever owenzayo, have you done it in line with what the law provides? Right. Now maybe somebody emakhoti ikhoti ayisuki nje ilokhu igade ukuthi kwenzekani lapha. Ikhoti ihlalele ilapha ya. Uzoqhamuka umuntu ozokwenzani, ozoba nesikhala ukuthi lento yenzekile kodwa ayenzekanga ngomthetho. Uzoyithatha leyo ndaba ayiseyinkantolo. Then the courts will have to interpret ukuthi yenzeke ngomthetho na in line with what okhalayo apresenta ngakhona isikhalo sakhe.
Okay.
Now, that is the state. Now, let's come to this one arm of the state.
Yeah.
Okuba i-functionary ye-state, okuyikuthi is like imshengula a tender. I-state isenzani siba ile functionary okuyikuthi they assist with the responsibility of executing imsebenzi okuyikuthi i-state sicela ukuthi senzele lo msebenzi.
Yeah.
Ngoba angeke sihole sonke. Ukhona ufanele ahole.
Yeah.
But awuthi ngibekise nginikele analogy ye-tender msho. Analogy ye-tender kuba ukuthi i-tender lizophuma kuthiwe nali i-tender.
Thatha.
Leli tender leli kufanele beze abantu bangabhida. Babhide ukuthi hayi nami ngingakwenza lokhu, nami ngingakwenza lokhu, nami ngingayenza lento enifuna ukwenzelwa yona. Then leyo nto kuba yini? Makuyiwa kuma-elections. Bavela ama-party, different parties.
Yeah.
Ovelayo uthi isandla sami nami ngiyasiphakamisa. Ukuthi zama ukuyokwenza lo msebenzi umbuso ocela ukuthi siwenzele. Then kuzokhethwa msheni. Makukhethwa laphaya is like we are ibhodi leli elivotayo ukuthi singabavoti. Siyibhodi kahle kahle which is seized with the responsibility yokukhetha umuntu ozothola leli tender ngoba sivota nje. Masiqeda kumnika lo muntu lelo tender lelo uyahamba uoccupy i-office lapha yalani kwi-government abe yi-executive. Now, my say executive, then izinto ezimguidayo ukuthi umsebenzi wenza kanjani. I-constitution ikhona yena what he will pick up. He will just pick up from the constitution ukuthi let's say what is it that the constitution requires of me as umuntu occupy this space ukuthi execute leli tender leli engicelwe ukuba execute.
Yes.
Now uzongena ube uhulumeni. Mawungena uba uhulumeni as the government, as the executive, unikwa those tasks kuba na minister of what, minister of what. Kuze kufike kwi-minister mhlawumbe ebaluleke kakhulu la engicabanga ukuthi that is what it triggered me ukuthi most leaders when they are taking to the public platforms they seem to be misleading abantu. For instance, the government is seized with the responsibility of dishing out social grants.
Okay.
Maybe there's a department, social development, which is seized that you need to do this function. Those people will be given that task even about SASA kanjalo.
Yeah.
Then lemsebenzi we are called upon from the constitution ukuthi lokho kufanele ukwenze, meaning it is the state. It is the state esinika ugovernment ukuthi nenzele lokhu kunikele abantu lokhu nalokhuya. Now uma ngabe lo muntu wethenda uthole ithenda ke manje lokuleader the government ebe esethi yena uma ngabe mina ngingaphuma la as umuntu oyewathola ithenda lokuleader the government lama social grants ngeke ngisawathola. Uthathaphi lokho ngoba wena utaskwe ukwenza itender and the tender you need to execute the tender according to what the state requires of you ukuthi ulenze kanjani. Uma likunikile lithi ngifuna iclinic kanje kanje wena awudraw ukuthi ufuna ini. I-state siyadraw ukuthi ngifuna iclinic mhlawumbe ekanje kanje kanje iyakunika istructure wena you just execute leyo nto leyo.
So ngamanye amagama kushuthi mhlawumbe kusuke kukusabisa nje lokho ukuthi uma ngabe kuphuma iqembu elithile kubuseni izinto ezithile asizukuthi so kusho ukuthi ngamanye amagama kusuke kukusabisa nje lokho ukuthi bese kukhulumeka ukuthi iqembu elithile melingaphuma 1 2 3 ngeke sisayithola okanye kusuke kukwenzani kahle kahle lokho.
Now, that comes across as a baby threatening the people in line with the ukuthi iqembu elisuke libusa ngaleso sikhathi is like ama-social grants aphumayo or whatever abakwenzayo bakwenza bona as leyo nhlangano ebusayo kanti nina nithole ithenda okuthiwa yenza akusuwo zenzelana uhambile wayobhida ithenda belokulikhona ukuthi nayo into okufanele yenziwe akusuwo isukele ekhanda ukuthi ngifuna ukwenza lento. You are called upon and you are seized with the responsibility as somebody who has won the tender ukuthi execute itender specified by state ukuthi ngifuna lento ibe kanje. So wena mawuphuma uzongena itender leyo lokulikhona uzongena omunye futhi he will be called upon to execute the same mandate njengoba injalo. Uma ngabe lawyer efailile, I think it is important ukuthi let's give another one itender enze umsebenzi ukuthi wena as umuntu onikwe itender then uzothusa abantu ngoba unenxa ukuthi baphinde bakukhethe futhi ukuthi ubuyele ulithole lelo tender lelo. Kuyinkinga because itender kakhulukazi has got this time frame ukuthi this tender, we are issuing out this tender, it will have to run maybe for a certain period in terms of the time frame. It's from here to here. In this case, you are given a tender to run the government for 5 years. If your 5 years has expired, it is not about, baby, we are renewing your contract. It has expired. You need to move out and go bid with the others. Gabusha. It's not about renewing ilento yabo. No. Lento iba mshemu more like nali itender mawuthendara laphaya abantu mabebhida laphaya babhida ngendlela yokuthi hayi mina leli tender ngalenza kanje. I think umuntu othola itender ulithola ngoba ibid yakhe ibe mnanjana mhlambe in terms of umbuso mawuyibheka leyo nto uthi ingathi sizo save laphaya. Lona uthi hayi mina ngalenza mhlambe ngemali engaka ngo100 rand. Umunye uthi hayi mina 150 kanjalo. But istate sisuke sine budget yokuthi mina lo msebenzi through ama research ne market ukuthi kahle ime kanjani uma kwenziwa umsebenzi onjalo. Then istate sizogayidwa ibudget yaso ukuthi no 150,000 angiphezulu angiphansi whoever is bidding must usebenza around 150,000. So leyo nto leyo ilama manifesto abo ahamba ngena umuntu hayi mina ngayenza lento kangcono kunobani noma engeke asho ukuthi kunobani phela ngoba nobani uyiphushele yakhe cha mina ngayenza kanjena ngiyenza kanjena. Ekugcineni what we need ama results afanayo ukuthi wena uyenza kanjani. We are much concerned about the outcomes. Are the outcomes of what we have mandated you to do?
Ngiyacabanga nje kuke kwathiwa abantu bayabhubha ngenxa yokuswela ulwazi. Ngithule ngiyacabanga ukuthi abantu abanalwazi kangakanani sengizwe kaningi into ethi mayifane nalena abantu bediscuss into efana nalena ukuthi hey mekungaphuma iqembu elibusayo into zethu ziyasuka kithi lama grant lawa ayaphuma sanayo lama grant asenayo labo 350 lengane izibonelelo zeingane zisekho inani labantu bayikhuluma nje kanje lento kushuthi inxa yokuswela ulwazi ngoba bazi ukuthi kahle lo muntu unikezwe itender iloqhubeka noma lo muntu engasekho sekungena umuntu.
Definitely mshemo itender lizophuma uzongena wena umuntu othole itender uzophuma. Umbuso is there to stay. That is why kuna mshemo kuna bantu which are working for a state, not for the government.
Not for the government.
For instance, the soldiers are working for the state. Whether the government is going out, the soldiers will remain because they are working for the state, not for the government.
Yeah.
The police are working for the for the state, not for the government. Whether you change the government, who leads the government?
Yeah.
But the police will always be there. The soldiers will always be there because our entities, estate, labo bantu labo. So these people othola ukuthi bayabhida ukuthi bathole leli tender, they are thriving on ukuthi abantu abazi, as you have already alluded. So they must keep people ignorant so that they can thrive, because where ignorance is bliss, it is folly to be wise. So that is the problem. Laguba ukuthi, let's capitalize on this. We will go around and tell the people to say, if we as the leader of this government, we can go out or we can be not voted in. I don't want to say you will be voted out because your contract will have expired already.
Yeah.
If we are not voted in and continue maybe where we've left off, then this and that will never happen. How so? The question will be, how so? Because you are not the one who initiates to say, let me do this. It's a question of whoever gets the tender. I will want to start maybe with this, maybe and end with this. But the other one will say, I will start with this and end with this. But the outcome ultimately are the same. That is the point then, which I think as analysts, as people maybe who assist with the responsibility and who are capable in training, they need to go out. We need to talk about these things. If we go out there, in our little corners there, we need to discuss and be able to can explain these things. Those who are in the know, they must be able to can explain these things to say, guys, we are not directing you to vote this way or that way. But what we are presenting is just the truth so that you are able to can say, if you are taking or making a decision, it is an informed decision that is based and which is underpinned by facts.
Siyafunda, siyafundisa, siya-entertainer at the same time. So Umabo Radio kanti sikulethela uhlelo lwethu olumnandi kakhulu oluthi One Life Breakfast Show. Yiyo ke injongo yethu leyo ukuthi sithi sik-entertainer sibe sikufundisa futhi ngoba ulwazi lubaluleke ngalendlela eyisimanga. Mhlawumbe inkosi yami sesiyela ngasemaphethelweni nje. Ngike ngibezwe ngempela abantu ukuthi nje lento ngizwile futhi nasendabeni ukuthi kukhona lokho ukusikaza ngejozi ukuthi ayikhona engathi khona abantu abazothi mebelentuzana mekungenzeka abavotela. Asazi noma mhlawumbe sekukhona yini ukunqanqazela ukuthizeni ngoba kukhona bakubonile ukuthi kungenzeka abantu bangabe basavotelwa noma benze njani basabani labantu.
Mshemu, there is this thing, complacency. If you can be satisfied, that is a problem, maybe in terms of executing your duty. That is a problem because you take for granted you must always be on your toes. You always say, I always make an example of saying, be careful if wenza izinto not to reach the ceiling. Don't reach the ceiling because once you reach the ceiling, you got a problem of saying. The only movement once you have reached the ceiling is only downwards. So be careful if you move to say, I only left the space to say, I've got two options. I can still go upward because coming down is not by choice.
It's by force.
It's by force. So that is the big problem with this to say, I always left bazotika mabajwayele ukusebenzisa there's room for improvement. But once you reach the ceiling, There's no more room. The room is closed. There's no more room for improvement always. But having reached the ceiling or the climax, the only movement that can happen is coming down. And it is the gravitational force that will be pulling you. But going up, you control yourself to say, at what pace am I going up? But I'm afraid. Coming down, it is only the force of gravity, the gravitational force that will determine how we move.
Valelisa siyakude kakhulu la siyakhona ngiyabona manje ukuthi hayi lithanda ukushuba uhlelo hayi lahlela bakuthola apha abantu mengabe befuna ukuxhumana nawe ngesese
Abantu mani asidiscusseni le ndaba mshini. Asidiscusseni le ndaba isikhathi let's discuss these things kuma social media platforms. Mina ke ngiyatholakala lapha ya ku 0766 938653. Ungithola na ku WhatsApp. You can discuss these matters on the platform. You can also get me on 0733. Phone me direct on that 0733. I'm starting afresh. 0733 099 063, and you'll get me on the WhatsApp also on that number. Then let's discuss. Let's discuss these issues in Shemu because it is high time ukuthi abantu basi.
Ayike asikubeke ngokusobala ukuthi yize eyikhiphile inombolo zakhe ngokusemthethweni unaye umama ekhaya uganiwe is not available. Ngiyazi ukuthi yena ayicha lawo mali kusakhona impela kodwa simthintene emini bantu bakithi singamthinti ebusuku ngoba phela ebusuku kusuke kuyisikhathi somndeni. Sibonga kakhulu. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Siyayivale kamnandi kanje na besithi sinqonywa amakhanda yiyekwe ngokubili abayipheli.
Thank you, Mshini.
Asibonga. Signing out.